Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Fortunate enough to have two people that are very familiar to the show. It's been a long time since we were able to have you in the studio. Dennis Kavanaugh and Dan McNally here to talk about the vetlinks.org golf tournament that's coming up. And Dan, before we get into the golf tournament, this honors Major Brian Kavanaugh. There's a picture of the Major right there, who served multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He left us in 2016. And Dennis, this is the brainchild of Brian.
Yes.
He had an idea to put together an organization with a goal to help combat veterans. And after he passed, you, the family, and volunteers, talk to us about that 6-year journey that we're at right now.
Well, it was carried on by Jessica and all the cadre of friends from Pittsburgh, Kansas, and across the United States, former Army mates, and it grew out of that idea of stepping in where the VA was slow to react. If that was an issue, someone needed immediate help, that VetLinks could step in and provide economic help to the family, and it just kept building year after year. What was the last number, Dan? As far as the
we've raised $500,000 and helped over 120 families.
And that's why this golf tournament is so important. This is coming up Saturday, August 13th at Crestwood Country Club in Pittsburgh, and it is vetlinks.org, largest fundraiser of the year. And Dan, while we look forward to being outside and taking part in this and supporting such a great cause, there are other ways to support vetlinks.org through this golf tournament as well. Maybe you're not a golfer, but you're interested in helping combat veterans and American heroes. I'm sure you're probably looking for sponsors and things of that nature.
So obviously we love to have people come out and golf, but there's ways for businesses to sponsor teams, sponsor holes. There's various levels of sponsorship. We're asking businesses to maybe donate hole prizes, or we have a raffle, so raffle items. So there's a lot of ways, and mentioned earlier that we help 20 to 30 veterans directly just from this golf tournament, and more through the maintenance of our website and things like that. So this is we're a nationwide organization, but we get a bunch of our support from this community. This community's been great to veterans, and again, like I said, part of our mission statement is we value the value of our society is determined by how we take care of those that sacrifice on our behalf, and this community's been great. And but we're always there's just always a need.
And to register for the golf tournament, or to get in touch with Dennis or Dan to become a corporate sponsor or with a raffle prize, it's as easy as vetlinks.org. But Dan, at the same point in time, this is I won't say one-stop shopping, but it does in some ways act as a clearinghouse. If you're a combat veteran and you're watching right now, if you're a family member of a combat veteran, we urge you to log on right now while this interview is going on. Tell them some of the resources that are available as the three of us sit here.
Right. So if you go to vetlinks.org, on the upper right corner there's a Get Help Now button, and you can click that button. There's a page that comes up, asks you just some basic information so that somebody, a representative, can get back with you and really start the whole process for you. And so we do team up. We do have partners, other veterans organizations. One's called USA Cares. One is called Code of Support, and they work for us, doing some of the social work and aligning veterans with maybe some of that initial VA paperwork, maybe starting to help find some behavioral mental health therapies, connecting with other veterans advocacy groups. So someone can go there today, they can get started. Then if the people at USA Cares and CODA Support determine that maybe that there's a need that is urgent, that can't be taken care of through another outlet, then they will then make a request to the board of directors, which is those of us that are part of Brian's core group here, and then we can make that approval to provide that direct financial assistance through that social work agency right then and right there.
And I want to reiterate, so much of that direct financial assistance comes from the golf tournament that's taking place Saturday, August 13th at Crestwood Country Club. Just go to vetlinks.org. And Dan was talking earlier, Dan and Dennis were both talking earlier. Oftentimes, we think about the importance of mental health when it comes to our returning combat veterans, but sometimes too, it's childcare, it's rent, and it can be meals on the table.
Yeah.
But also too, we've come a long way with mental health. And one of the interesting things that I have found recently while listening to people talk, and I'm going to use this as an example, is PTSD is something that we really focused on. I would say coming off of Iraq for our combat veterans that saw that extended in Afghanistan, where Major Kavanaugh happened to serve tours in both Iraq and Afghanistan, folks. We have dropped the D from PTSD. We're now hearing PTS. Can you explain why that, how are we advancing in that? Because it's on your website too.
Yeah.
VetLinks is advancing this.
Yes. Yes. So I would say, 2 or 3 years ago, there was a movement to really remove the D or the disorder term from this diagnosis. I work as a mental health professional. I get the need to classify these things for diagnostic purposes and to inform treatment and for research and stuff like that. But even in my practice, I'm working to drop this term disorder because of the stigma that goes with it.
Right.
I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on veterans, specifically on veterans issues, but I know that there's enough challenges and there's enough resistance to getting help as it is. One more thing, classifying somebody that they have a disorder just compounds the resistance to get help. And when we think about it, there's nothing abnormal about a combat veteran who's been in these types of situations to come back and have these types of struggles with their symptoms. And there has been this movement, and one of our board of directors is General Don Bolduc. He's a 3-star general, and he's been very open about his struggles with PTS, and he is a very big advocate for dropping this D as far as dropping the disorder. And so that's just one thing that we're trying to do to make this less of a stigmatizing thing for veterans.
Well, I greatly appreciate the fact that vetlinks.org is being progressive and bringing that to light for people like me that are not educated on that and teaching us as we go. I'm going to come back to you, Dan, real fast, but Dennis, this is not only a fundraiser for vetlinks.org, this is a way to honor Major Brian Kavanaugh, 3-time gold medal recipient, American hero, because it's friends and family that are able to gather around. What does that mean to you when Saturday, August 13th rolls around?
Well, to see everybody there, and it's almost old home week. All the people who, again, it's all volunteer, to see everyone show up and support the tournament as it is a fundraiser, but to see all the former students from high school and college and fellow officers, it's just fantastic. We're carrying on the dream and carrying on the mission.
Run us through the particulars one more time, Mr. McNally.
Yeah. So really, I mean, we do want to encourage. We are here to promote the golf tournament, but we also want any veterans that are in need of help to reach out to us.
Log on right now, folks.
Log on right now. We're really, since we get so much support from this community, in the past couple years, we've really tried to make an effort to help veterans locally here. So, again, like Dennis was saying, this is a celebration. It's a very patriotic event. Evergy Energy brings a big giant flag, and we do the national anthem, and it just has this very proud, patriotic, theme to it. But we really want, we would love to. We usually don't have a problem filling the golf tournament,
right?
But we could always use a lot of support. It's our biggest fundraiser. We're going to help, at least 20 to 30 veterans, maybe more, directly with some financial assistance because of this. And I just want to encourage people to, go to the website. In addition to the Cav Fest stuff, the golf tournament stuff, there's some really good testimonials on there about the work that we've done. And it will help people understand a little bit more about post-traumatic stress and TBI and the struggles that veterans and caregivers have when they return. We've got to support them in the battle when they come back, because the battle when they return is oftentimes much more difficult than the battle that they experience overseas.
Vetlinks.org is also where you're going to learn more about the story of Major Brian Cavanaugh.
And Michael, we sorry to cut you off there.
No,
we want to give you and Tanya
You're too kind.
A VetLinks tumbler. We've got a koozie in there, and
also a bracelet to keep that top of mind.
Yep. And so we just want to thank you guys
Thank you.
for giving us this opportunity to come and spread this information. And
we do nothing. You take care of our American heroes.
Okay.
We sit here and we talk.
Thank you.
You guys are the ones that take care of them.
Thank you,
Thank
Michael.
you so much.
Dennis.
Really appreciate it.
We'll be back with more KOM Morning News on Fox 14 right after this.